I wanted to replay this sequence to keep an eye out on a similar situation going forward. And the context is this is going to be the 16th of July. Let me put this up a little bit here. And right here, we've got the open. So real quick to recap, you've got this spike down in yesterday's session with a close right here. You've got the overnight session right here that was building value around the close. And then we had news pushing us higher into yesterday's value. The general idea around a day like today is if we're opening above this spike, generally that you're more bullish, right? And if we get into that value area of the spike, then that is generally more bearish in this context. A couple other nuanced situations here would be this low right here. This low, it looks like that's excess, but if you go back to these other, this is overnight session as well, that overnight session, then you have the RTH session right here. It's not really a low. We're just building some interest in that level, which to me seems like we're likely going to be headed down there at some point. It could be today, could be another day, but that's a level that just has some nuance to it. So that's the context. This is a low volume node on the 5-day and the 20-day, and then it's also obviously confluent with yesterday's prior value area low. And the sequence, so that's the context. And let's go over to this chart here. I'm going to hit play. We're going to take a look at this. So right here, this level is a low volume node. Again, that's also confluent with the prior day value area low. And I'm going to be shorting this level depending on how we approach it. So right here, there was two options. It was one, should we take a long or a short at that level? And I'm just going to, just to pause here real quick. We've got some massive selling or just high selling at the open with high volume. So right there, I'm not going to long that area. Unless we get something on Cumulative Delta that tells me otherwise that we should go long, I really have no business taking a long position here with a lot of selling right at the open with a very big Delta candle. So I'm going to hit play again here. Watch how price develops. I'm going to speed it up a little bit. Keep going, waiting for the pullback. All right, so you could take a position right here. Let me hit play. So you could take, here's your Heikin-Ashi shift. You could take a position right here, but we just have a lot of selling Delta and it's kind of dropped off. There's no reason not to take this short, but the reason I wanted to replay this is to show you, the reason to short. Going in. So right here, again, if you're going to take a short, you want to see a big increase in volume. Right there, it looks good. We're heading up to this low volume node. It looks good to take a position right here. There's just not a lot of volume quite yet compared to the open. Now we're coming up. That's your first shot right there. Take a look. Let me actually go back. I wanted to go back one bar so I could play this very slow to see how Delta and price started to decrease. So right here, I think is sort of when we started. So price increasing. Price is going higher. Okay, we're moving up. That was quick. That was really quick. It was the same speed, but that we just started to see a big drop. So this, I'm not gonna lie. This is where I would probably take a short and have my stop loss above that, and let's see what happens after that. So you saw speed, you saw high delta, you saw high volume. That tells me that's the green light to take a trade. Let's see what happens here. Let's speed it up just a little bit more. All right, so we're coming back up. That was very, look at that. Compared to the open candle, which we thought was a lot of volume, it's double the volume here. Somebody wants that to go down. Somebody wants price to go down, and we're going to see if they're going to defend their position. Boom, right here. Okay, what I want to point out, again, is we made basically like a double top right here, but delta went down. You had this huge delta right here, negative delta accompanied with a lot of volume, a lot of that. You got to think that much volume, that much selling at the ask, somebody's going to try to defend their position. I mean, that's just sort of what that tells me. And then price coming up to make a double top right here with that delta decreasing, that tells me they're around this low volume node. There is no reason to stay in this trade, or no reason, honestly, to add to that trade. So the rest is history. Just gonna hit play real quick, show you what happened. We just dropped. We just dropped on high delta and high volume. Like, look at that. So good example.